All right. All right. Well, welcome, Corey Welch. Thank you for joining me here today. I appreciate you taking the time to host this conversation.
Yeah. Happy Monday, Michelle.
Yeah, it is. It's always an exciting Monday. Like literally in bed this morning, I'm thinking about how I should just be so excited to get out of bed and start the workday. Because when people like you and I are getter-doners, we've got a lot going on.
Yeah, I feel like Mondays are some of the busiest, days of the week. Just want to start out right, and I'm kind of right there with you.
That's awesome. Well, for people who don't know you, you are Corey Welch. You are a real estate agent licensed in Michigan, Monroe County, and then you do a lot of business, and then also Northern Monroe. Or Northern Ohio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Southeast Michigan and Northwest Ohio. Yep.
Northwest Ohio. So yeah, licensed in 2 states, and you spend a lot of time behind the wheel of the car because properties tend to be a bit more spread out in the rural areas.
Yeah. I live in Monroe. I cover pretty much all Southeast Michigan and then also Northwest Ohio. So I put a lot of miles on my truck.
There's a good reason why you have more than one car.
You have to. Yeah, you have to, just because you're putting so many miles on.
Absolutely. So I wanted to bring you on today because I think people should get to know you and what you've done with your career in a very short amount of time. You are just a rising star that continually impresses people over and over and over again. So how long have you been in real estate?
Well, thank you for those words, Michelle. I appreciate that. I was licensed in Michigan in July of 2018, and then I became licensed in Ohio in January of 2020. So that is when I got licensed, and my career really took off, in 2019, and I ended up becoming a full-time real estate agent in Michigan and Ohio. I grew up in Ida, Michigan. I actually lived in Temperance for a little over 4 years and have family in Michigan and Ohio. So it did make sense for me to get licensed in both because I have a lot of friends, family, clients, referrals that go back and forth. But my community, my career really focuses around what I call like the 3 C's. And that is customer service, providing great customer service to all my clients, giving back to the community, and also focusing on continuing education because you can always improve and you can only improve by learning.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Well, you've grown tremendously in just those 2 years that you have been, full-time committed to learning this craft. How many transactions did you do last year?
In 2020, I believe I closed 72 transactions.
2 years in the business, 72 transactions.
Correct. Yep. Last year was about 72 transactions in Michigan and Ohio. Most of that, was in Michigan, but some were in Ohio, and my business is growing in both states.
Like, that is unheard of growth in such a short amount of time. Very, very, very few people can do that inside of 24 months. Like, I never even did that growth with the business.
I catch on fast. I learn quickly. And really, I owe my success, to my clients, to my friends, my family. And, we just live in such an awesome and supportive community. And I also owe some of that success to eXp Realty. And also, you brought me on to eXp, so I appreciate, your mentorship and guidance, throughout the years as well. But, I really do give a lot of that success that I continue to have back to the people who support me every day, that, hand out my business cards, that refer me. And that's why it goes back to, giving back to the community, making sure you're providing good customer service to all your clients, and also continuing to learn. I think, each and every day, the more you learn, the better you can serve your clients.
You're getting into exactly what so many people want to know, especially people that are looking to grow their business, people that are new in real estate. To do 72 transactions, and you're talking about the value of community. How has that helped you grow? How have you become so popular in such a short amount of time? Is it because you have always been such a part of the community? Do you think that has a lot to do with it? That you were already established as a name to be trusted?
Yeah, it's a really good question, Michelle. I never quite thought about it like that, but I do think, now that you answered it and put it that way, my background stems in nonprofit organizations and in community organization roles. And before I became a realtor and went full time into real estate, that is what I did. I worked in the nonprofit industry. I worked in community-based roles, focusing on expanding programs and services, for people in need. So now that I am a realtor, I still do focus on giving back. So, as my business, grows and is successful, a huge part of what I do is making sure that we're still supporting those local community organizations, that are helping put food on the table for people in need, whether that is, we have some local organizations here, Paula's House, MCOP, the YMCA, there's so many, that I could bring up and mention, but, just organizations really focused on helping the community. I actually, was with Kaylani Rarafko Wilson, who was Miss America, from, our hometown here in Monroe. And she runs Gabby's Ladder. So we actually, I was proud to present them with a donation, but also do a video with them, which got, thousands of views and other people to get involved. So it's really about that sense of community. I love real estate. I love helping people sell their home for top dollar, provide them a seamless transaction, be there for them every step of the way, all the way to closing. And I always say, and after,
Right.
I'm always here. And then also help you find your dream home. I love doing that. It's my passion. It's what I, live for every day, but that's not possible without community, and it's not possible without giving back. So I think when you focus your business around your community, what you can do, how you can give back, and it may not always be a monetary donation. It might be volunteering. It might be donating extra food that you have that you're not going to use to a local food bank. It all stems back to really just giving back. And I wouldn't be where I am today without the community I live in. And so I want to make sure I'm continually giving back to the community.
I think what you said is so paramount, because so many agents will complain. I don't have leads. I don't have the leads. You know what you do have? You have community, and you have people that you can be of service to and people that you can help. And when you pour into other people, what you're saying is that they pour back into you and they support your business.
Yeah.
When you, right? Sure.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I'm really excited to announce that I was, I received the EXP Icon Award for the second year in a row, my second year at EXP Realty. So, I announced that this morning, and I just really was humbled and extremely grateful for some of the comments and texts and calls that I got, because it all goes back to my friends, family, clients, referrals, the community. You guys made that possible. Yes, I focus on providing great customer service. I have a background in public relations, marketing, and I make sure that all my clients receive top-notch customer service, but everything I do wouldn't be possible without you guys and without the community. And so that's really who I owe my success to. And I always make sure to thank people and let them know that there's no way I would be where I am today, without you guys.
Well, thank you. And that Icon Award is something really special, because it's more than just a trophy. It means that you hit a certain level of production and you've been awarded a good chunk of ownership in this company. So that's a nice little perk. Yeah, it is. And that's something, that we definitely should talk about, Michelle, because a lot of people, reach out to me. I was one of the first agents to join EXP Realty, in Monroe County, specifically. And I always tell people that it's more than, just a trophy. EXP Realty focuses on the agent. We're agent centric. Everything, that our CEO and our leadership does is for agents, whether that is, the stock or the revenue share or marketing or the thousands of hours of free training that are offered, the online, the online conferences, everything that goes on is about agents and building agents up, because we're the ones,
out there showing houses and selling houses. And, I work 7 days a week and I love what I do, but I work every day to make sure that I'm providing good customer service to my clients. And to have a brokerage back you that's focused on your success means a lot. So that icon award, yeah, I love my trophy, right? I mean, that's great, but it's also backed by additional ownership and stock in eXp Realty, which is, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's over $100 a share right now.
You're right. Today has been a little wild with the stock, but yes, it's over $100.
Yeah, as of yesterday, it was. So it's just a good opportunity for you to still buy and sell. I mean, that's what I do. The majority of the time is buying and selling, but our brokerage, eXp Realty, and our CEO, Glenn Sanford, is rewarding us for doing what we've always done, helping people buy and sell.
And I know it's what we've always done, quote unquote, when you're saying that, you're speaking about just the legacy of real estate agents, because what the legacy of us as real estate agents have always pushed to do, which you are doing really, really well, is self-branding, self-promotion, self-awareness, basically just awareness of like, hey, my name is Corey, just call Corey.
Yes, that is the famous hashtag that, when I started that hashtag, it literally just came from, I was talking with a friend and I was a new real estate agent and I was working on self-branding and, we came up with that. And at first it was just, my friend said, Corey, what are you doing? And now we have signs and, make it fun with clients. But, I want people to know that when they're looking for a realtor, that, sometimes it can be intimidating. The home buying process and the home selling process can be intimidating. It's one of the largest, if not the largest transactions financially, of your life. And you need to be working with somebody that is, taking that fiduciary responsibility very seriously and really looking out for you every step of the way. So that hashtag, just call Corey, really came from like, give me a call and, let's have a conversation. And if I'm the right fit, great, let's work together. And if not, I know a lot of great agents that, I can refer you out to if I'm not the right fit, but you need somebody looking out for you every step of the way. And that's kind of where that hashtag came from.
Yeah. It's so catchy and it just stuck and it does work. What tools do you think that you're using the most right now to leverage your business? Like, what do you think is really helping you now scale now for where you are now?
Yeah. So I use social media a lot to stay, I would put number one, social media. I stay in touch with, my family, my friends, the community, my followers, via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. There's a bunch of, there's always something new coming out, but I use that. I keep in touch via email. Something that I always tell people about if they're currently not getting is, KV Core at eXp Realty. Our brokerage provides the top-notch platform that they include. So I do use KV Core as well. But a lot of it is the simple recipe of, I call it simple. It's not simple, but once you get in the groove, you keep growing and innovating. But it's social media, it's KV Core, it's staying in touch with clients. And the number one thing, if I could, when new agents call me, is follow up with your clients. Just because you show, you have to follow up with your clients. And if you're providing that good customer service, and you're continually educating yourself, people are going to want to work with you. So you have to really focus in on that. And so I would say those are kind of a mix of things. I mean, things always come up, every now and then where we have to innovate and change. But that's really what I would say I'm leveraging the most right now, is KV Core and social media.
Yeah. That KV Core is, it helps you leverage your social media for people that don't know what that is watching, but it certainly does. And then the other thing too, I have found, and I think you're doing this too, is keeping your own calls on all of your own listings, that you are the one handling them when they come in.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that we are, the same in this, but, we like to make sure that, our clients, can easily access us. And they also know that when we're selling their home that, we are there every step of the way. we're handling things coming in and making sure that we're the one they're talking with, because we are who they hired to sell their home. So I definitely do the same.
You know, people I think generally that eXp Realty would not be the platform for somebody that is a newer in the business or a new licensee. And you've really taken what is offered here, like with the KV Core, the social media, like, just what's in front of you, to leverage and use to your advantage, the trainings, the courses, like all of that. What's been your experience about training, and how much of it have you really used? I mean, this is how it looks on the outside to me. What's your reality with the level of training and growth that has been provided to you through this company?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a great question. And I think that, I don't want to call it a myth, but in terms of eXp Realty, maybe somebody saying it's not a good fit for a new agent, I wouldn't say that is necessarily true. Due to all of the training, due to the collaboration that eXp Realty agents have, the systems and processes that are available to you as an eXp Realty agent, I personally think and believe that eXp Realty was made for everybody. The platforms, the processes, the systems, the trainings, the coaching, the staff that we have, it was made for everybody. But when you're a new agent, to get that free training, thousands of hours and conferences, and having accessibility to whoever you need to talk to, we have a mentorship program. I mean, and everybody wants everybody to succeed here. And that is something that I think we all say, but it's so true. I mean, I talk with eXp agents every morning on a training call, and it is a highlight of my day. We learn, we teach, we laugh, maybe we cry, right? Depending on the day, it's a little joke because, I think that, you really just have to focus in on what does the company offer, and really who are you working with in the collaboration and the training. And so I think that in terms of if you're a new agent, I mean, there's a lot that's available to you. And I know several people who have joined the company who maybe weren't doing as much production, and they're having great success in a year, some in a couple months, because we kind of take people under our wing and we want them to succeed. And so there's secret sharing here at eXp Realty. We want you to succeed. And you and I both know this, Michelle, like if I know something, I'll tell you. And if you know something, you'll tell me. And then we both can use that, knowledge, to benefit our business. So it's not where everyone's trying to keep, oh, if you do this, you're going to be a great buyer's agent. And I don't want to tell you because then buyers will want to work with you. It's no, hey, have you thought of this, Michelle? Or have you thought of this with other people? And go ahead and use it and be successful.
You know what's so crazy about that? Like hearing you talk about it, to me, what's so crazy about that is that I've been doing this, it'll be 20 years next month, or March, sorry, in 2 months. And it was exactly that way. It was so competitive and so fierce. And like in hearing you talk about it now, it's the mindset for me has totally shifted because when I've realized that the more I share, I really don't have competition with anybody else. Like, oh, they're going to take these clients and the buyer's going to want to work with me versus Corey or whatever. It's actually quite the opposite. Is that people that want to work with me because it's me, and people that want to work with you because it's you. There's no really question in the mind of the customer who they're going to work with. They already know.
Right.
Already know. And that was, I think, one of the biggest myths coming from someone who's experienced in the business or seasoned in the business, salty seasoned in the business. And then seeing how things have changed and how it's the whole idea of sharing has been flipped on its head, like what you reveal and what you don't. And it's safe. It's a safe space to share in deep, profound levels and ways.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the more that we help each other, as agents and, in this profession, I think there's enough business for everybody, and you just need to be supportive of one another. And I think it just lifts up the profession and lifts up us as agents. And so that's how I see myself in this business is, helping other agents out when I can. And just knowing that, there's enough business for everybody, and we just you have to stay professional. You have to take care of your clients, and from there you will grow, but you have to have that mindset.
Right. That's exactly. Yeah. How do you, I'm going to take this a little further. You are on the road so much between Michigan and Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
We're a cloud-based brokerage here at EXP. And
Yep.
I think here's another thing, just about of anyone I know, you, Corey Welch, take advantage of that more than anyone that I know, take advantage of being cloud-based. How have you found that, cloud-based and being on the road so much? Is that I think you're a guy that's really made it user-friendly. You've capitalized on it.
Yeah, I think the great thing about eXp Realty is, we're a cloud-based brokerage, which allows, our company to invest more in agents versus just big office spaces all over. But then even something that's wonderful with that is we still have some brick and mortar offices across, the state of Michigan. So if you need that brick and mortar office, it's no problem. We have several, and that continues to grow as well. But the overall theme, is a cloud-based brokerage, but you're not alone in terms of, it being so-called online, or what we call in the world. You have just as much access, if not more, to brokers, to staff, to associate brokers, to your fellow agents. But because I am on the road a lot, I'm able to take advantage of that in terms of, making those phone calls when I need people, listening to trainings on the road. You can be jogging in the morning or driving to your next showing or appointment and getting some continuing education or, a training, because a lot of it is, like you mentioned, cloud-based. So I think it's user-friendly. It takes a little bit of training, but it takes training with anything. So if you have, the willingness to learn and to try something new, I think most people are generally happy. And I get a lot of comments when people join that they say, I'm never leaving. And I can understand why people say that, because you have a brokerage behind you that's cloud-based, but you also have brick and mortar offices all across the state, and that number is growing. So it's a little bit of the best of both worlds, per se, and you can do what's best for you and your business, whether that's going to one of our brick and mortar offices or, working from your home office, or doing a little bit of both. You have that option.
I think what is so important in this is that sort of what you touched on is that everyone's business is unique. Mm-hmm. Like you're selling in 2 states, right? That's not common. And no matter what you do, right? Everything you need to sell real estate is right here on your phone. It's like you said, it's training, it's the leads, it's anything that you need is available right here.
Right.
I see that Stacy is putting up on the screen here, wondering about how many organizations Hi, Stacy. do you give back to? That's actually a really good question, and it's I know why Stacy's asking that. Are you hyper focused on just a few number of organizations? Do you kind of spread it out? How do you pick and choose, and how do you direct your attention for the charities that you participate in?
Yeah, that's a great question, Stacy, and I know that. Stacy in our office supports a lot of causes and is really focused on animal rescue, which I actually have 3 rescue dogs myself. They are ages 15, 9, and 2. They are 95 pounds, 50 pounds, and 10 pounds. So I have 3 rescue dogs and I love them all. So I appreciate all that Stacy does to, help our local rescues. My aunt actually rescues dogs as well. And she has a lot more than 3. And she lives in the Marquette area in Michigan. So I do spread out my donations, across our local communities. And I focus on the need in the community and what I'm hearing from local leaders. So in 2020, I made donations, and I'm not going to remember all of them because I was able to make quite a few. And those included the Bedford Veterans Center, which is focused on helping our veterans. So I actually was able to make, a monetary donation to them, along with donating, I believe it was turkeys for Thanksgiving, and then also some food for their food bank. Also MCOP, their Walk for Warmth that they do every year, I was able to support. Made a donation to both of our local YMCAs in the community. The one was focused on swimming safety for kids. And, we know we're really close to water here in Michigan and Ohio.
Yeah.
That's really important. And then also Paula's House, here in Monroe County, that focuses on helping women and children in need. And so, they're also, like I mentioned, Gabby's Ladder, and some others. But I try and spread it out and focus on, what is the need at the time, and making sure that we're focusing efforts on what will do the most good. But I'm always open to more, and, we're going to donate a lot in 2021 to our local community as well. So if anybody's watching and knows of a charity that is in need, please feel free to reach out to me, because we're also focusing on donating to the nonprofit and the community, but we're also focusing on awareness efforts. So how can, I use my platform as a realtor? I have a couple thousand followers, and that tends to grow because a lot of people want to see, what's coming on the market and see pictures and videos and all that. I get a lot of comments saying that, they'll add me just to see, what I'm listing for my clients, which brings a great value to them. But also that awareness piece, like I said, so that anyone else who wants to give back, whether it's to Gabby's Ladder or another nonprofit, you can learn about what they do. You can learn about who's running that organization, and, what efforts can you get involved in, whether it's your time, talent, or treasure. So it's the donation piece, but also, simply the awareness piece on what do they do. And maybe you need to use one of their programs or services, and now you know who to call, or, what website to go to. So great question, Stacy. And I'm proud to be a part of a company where we do focus on that and what we can do, for the community. I know that you're involved with the Trenton Fire Station, Michelle.
Yeah.
And so, we did Give a Kid a Christmas as well in the office, Toys for Tots. So, community is such a part of what we do, and we would not be where we are without the support of everybody. So I truly believe that.
I think it can go two ways. It's like you said, you focus on the need, and then I think also focus on your heart. Like, where is that at?
Absolutely.
So,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Focus on the need. And I know, COVID-19 has brought, many different challenges, in 2020. And that's exactly why, we would hear of different needs in the community throughout 2020, and that's changing, and there's going to be different needs in 2021, but absolutely follow your heart and, give back to any local charity that you believe in, and it's going to do some good for sure. That's
awesome. Well, I think you gave people some really good advice. I mean, coming from, 2 years in the business, 70 something transactions.
Yeah, it was, it was 72 transactions in 2020. And, in 2021, I have a big goal to help as many people as I can. And the great thing about that is the more people I help, I get to provide good customer service, but it also, allows me to continue on my mission of giving back to the community as well.
Yeah. And you do such a great job of that. I just think it's such a great thing for people to hear when, because we all have these in real estate. You personally probably haven't had one yet because you're too successful, but
I don't know about
I call them the real estate temper tantrums. When I think about, this deal fell apart, or this isn't connecting, or this isn't working the way I want, this isn't happening fast enough. I want what I want when I want it. And the minute I start getting into my real estate temper tantrum about the what about me, I literally have to say to myself, Michelle, stop, go out and help someone. Get off of your own problems and go help somebody else. Absolutely. And then everything starts to click. Like the minute I get out of the what about me and I start helping others, man, then the deals will start flying. And you've gotten that so quickly in this business, I think it's one of the keys to your massive success in a short amount of time is that the more that you're helping others, the more it will just pour right back into you. So congratulations on a successful year.
Thank you. And I want to say, my grandparents, my grandpa, passed about 9-10 years ago, but my grandmother is 87 and she is still with us, thankfully. And growing up, I spent a lot of time with them up north in Hopkins, Michigan. And they always talked about the value of community and not focusing so much on just, yourself and your problems. And you have to focus on that and you have to find solutions. But how can you help your neighbor? How can you help your friend? How can you help your family member? And we're told these things as kids and you kind of just say, yeah, grandma, yeah, grandpa, right? Like you just kind of listen to them. But as you grow up, you learn that, the information they gave you is invaluable. And, I love both of those people very dearly and also just thank them, for all their words of wisdom, because it's true. I want to focus more on helping my clients, helping the community, learning myself versus what I don't have, because I don't think that does anybody any good. You have to focus on what you have, what you can do. And like you said, if, you're slow right now because of something, go help somebody.
That's it.
There's plenty of places to volunteer. Go through your pantry, and if you have food that isn't, not expired, take it to a food bank. Do something good and give back. And that's just such a huge role of what I want to do and what I want to show people as well is, our profession, as realtors, we work so hard and we work so hard for our clients, but you have to be giving back to the community and working hard to do that as well.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for taking time out of your very busy days to be here with us for this this run. And
Mondays with Michelle.
Mondays with Michelle. And just call Corey.
Just call Corey, but you can watch Michelle on Monday.
Excellent. All right. Well, thanks again, Corey Welch, and cheers to 21 because we deserve a great year.
Yes. Hope everyone has a great 2021. Thanks, Michelle.
Yep. Take care.